This may come as a shock to some. Oh, well, yes, it will do. You can imagine, can't you? The bigger problem, of course, is when you are somebody like a former royal called Meghan Markle, you've done many different things. But of course, there comes a point in everybody's life where you just think enough is enough. And according to a very well-placed source, well, Meghan Markle herself has reached that point. Now, you could say, of course, it's the relentless sort of scrutiny of her private life, the one where she claimed previously that she wanted to go out of the private world and, of course, just live life. It didn't have to be tied to a life of service, if you remember that. Everybody was entitled to be the very best version of themselves, or the usual claptrap that she came up with in the Oprah Winfrey interview. But no, apparently she's had enough, ready to chuck it in. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much as ever. And a nice sort of not bad day actually here in Hyde Park today. It's not bad at all, in fact, It's not as busy as it has been because summer is coming to a close. I know we're clutching on, but you want to, don't you? And I don't know about you, I look around and I think, can't believe a few weeks before, we're all sitting out here, baking, and me with my flask, and thinking, goodness, it's so warm. Now, it's not bad, but you do realise winter's on the onset. By the way, can I throw this out to you? I bought a jumper the other day. I know I had to splash out. And as ever, I can't get over these things. You go in the shop, right? You buy the jumper, bit of a hassle to pay cash, as you can imagine. And then now, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's what they are, isn't it? But truly, I couldn't believe it. No folding up of the jumper. Did I want the hanger that was twanged in a box behind her? And then, did I want a receipt? And I said yes. That was a bit of consternation. And then finally, I'd have to pay for a bag if I wanted one. So walk out with this jumper, not as I say, a considerable amount for me. And then suddenly it's just now on top of me shopping. And then if you didn't ask for a receipt and it beeped, suddenly you're under suspicion. Does that happen to you? I couldn't believe it. Marks and Spencer's, you should be ashamed of yourself. And this is in your flagship store at Marble Arch as well. No wonder so many people are deserting it. Yes, it's always good to share, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm furious, but it's terrible, isn't it? Back as ever to your royal story of the day. This truly is, nothing of a surprise to me, because when you think about it, Meghan very rarely sticks with anything. 40 times 40 was a disaster. And then, of course, the book, The Bench, what was that about? Nobody truly ever knew. And then, of course, earlier this year in March, she decided to release American Riviera Orchard, and this was going to make her a billionaire, selling pots of jam to friends surrounded by some off lemons and a few leaves in a bit of a wicker basket. It was never going to be glorious because, as you can see with somebody like Martha Stewart or indeed Gwyneth Paltrow, they're selling very unique things, and I'm putting that kindly with Gwyneth Paltrow, for a colossal amount of money. But of course with Meghan, she felt that her branded name, the royal name, would be enough to open those doors. Now, all thanks to the disaster that was the branding, that was the logo, the patent, all of those sort of stuff. According to that source, she's really getting to the end of her tether and really can't stomach much more. Coupled on that, she's been desperately now trying to find a British CEO. She believes that a British CEO will help sell the brand internationally because she likes the British accent and believes that that will make her feel, or the brand appear more, with class. And nobody's coming forward. Even her agency who have tried their very best to offer some sage advice, nobody wants to know. Now, whether you like Meghan or not, and I know many people don't, you couldn't blame her for chucking it in. The other side of the coin for me is, well, did you think it was going to be an easy ride? You just put a few things out on Instagram and you expect the world to love it? This is sheer hard work, and to become an influencer, you need to have a lot, first of all, a good business plan and a lot of dedicated team around you. And as we've seen via The Hollywood Reporter, that seems far wide of the mark. Moving forward, apparently, if nothing's resolved by the end of the year, this will just be quietly forgotten, a bit like 40 times 40. But right now, she's still clutching at straws, thinking that, of course, a CEO from Britain will come along and suddenly make the success that she believes the brand deserves to be. As ever, a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean, Hyde Park, London.